Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. I am so pumped you're tuning in because, look, we are unpacking a massive, tectonic shift happening in B2B discovery right this very second. The way buyers find solutions, it's fundamentally changed. And honestly, relying on those old playbooks is leaving some truly great companies completely in the dark.
Okay, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off and deliver this harsh reality directly to you right out of the gate. Chatgpt recommends your competitors, not you. I mean, think about it. You type in your product category and you just watch as the AI lists your top 3 competitors. And your brand? Nowhere to be found. Listen, this isn't a glitch, and it certainly isn't bad luck. It is a massive wake-up call about your brand's total invisibility in the modern search landscape.
Okay, let's dive into this because we aren't just going to sit here and look at the problem, we're going to actually fix it. Here's our roadmap for today. 1. The AI visibility crisis. 2. The new buyer journey. 3. Calculating your lost leads. 4. How AI decides. And finally, 5. Winning back your market.
All right, moving right into section 1, the AI visibility crisis.
Look, we've got to establish something right off the bat. Traditional SEO metrics, the ones we've all been obsessing over for a decade, they just do not guarantee market dominance anymore. Gartner is actually predicting a staggering 25% drop in traditional search engine volume by 2026. Why? Because of AI chatbots and virtual agents. So ranking number 1 on Google, it simply won't protect you anymore. And if you don't believe me, just look at this wild contrast between traditional web traffic and AI visibility. We're looking at one domain with 15 billion traditional visits, billion with a B, but they generated exactly 0 AI citations, nothing. Meanwhile, a tiny domain with only 8,500 traditional visits, it was cited by AI an incredible 23,787 times. It's crazy. Traffic and AI citations are just 2 completely different games now. Okay, section 2, the new buyer journey. We really have to shift our focus to how buyers are actually behaving today. They're using Chatgpt and other AI models to run these highly structured, complex evaluations of vendors, and they're doing it all without ever picking up the phone to talk to your sales team. Let's methodically walk through these 5 stages. First up is problem framing, where buyers basically state their issue without knowing any vendor names yet. Then stage 2, shortlisting. The AI narrows it down to 3 to 5 options, and if you aren't visible here, you are silently filtered out. Game over. Stage 3 is a head-to-head comparison based on specific criteria. Then comes stage 4, downside research, and finally stage 5, generating an internal business case. By the time they actually contact sales, the decision is mostly made. But I really want to focus your attention entirely on stage 4, because this right here is the biggest trap. In downside research, buyers are actively prompting the AI to find your weaknesses. The AI scours G2, Trust Radius, Reddit, public forums, the whole shebang. And if the negative signals out there are louder than your positive proof in third-party sources, well, the AI is going to highlight those complaints first. No question. Moving on to section 3, calculating your lost leads. Let's pivot to the financial reality for a second and calculate exactly what this invisibility is costing you right now. A staggering 51% of all B2B buyers are already initiating their search via AI. Think about that. If you are invisible, you are immediately missing out on the majority of the market before the race even begins. And it actually gets worse, because you aren't just losing leads, you're losing the absolute best leads. AI-referred traffic converts at an astonishing 14.2%, compared to traditional Google search sitting down there at just 2.8%. That means AI traffic converts 5 times better. These are highly qualified, high-intent buyers we're talking about here. I just want to let this massive annual loss revenue example sit out there for a second. Over $43 million. Let's break down the math from our source material. Let's say you have 50,000 monthly searches in your category. 51% of them use AI, right? And you have 0 AI share of voice. Now, factor in that 14.2% conversion rate and a $5,000 average deal size, and you are literally watching tens of millions of dollars flow directly into your competitors' pockets every single year. Ouch. All right, section 4, how AI actually decides. So how do we stop the bleeding? Well, we have to understand the mechanics of AI pattern matching so we can engineer our brand right into those answers. Now, what's really interesting about this is pulling back the curtain on exactly how Chatgpt weighs its recommendations. It isn't just random. 41% of the weight comes from being mentioned in authoritative best of lists. 18% comes from awards and accreditations, 16% from online reviews. And notice that content freshness is huge. 71% of citations pull from content created between 2023 and 2025. Now, your competitors? They're already using exact technical and content strategies to dominate these AI outputs. They are building what's called citation density, meaning repeated mentions across authoritative sources. They have a massive presence on Reddit, which, by the way, alone captures 46.7% of Perplexity's citations. They are also using structured schema data, which is essentially code that translates and organizes your website for the AI, jumping their extraction rates from 16% all the way to 54%. And they're formatting content using answer capsules. These are tight 20-word direct answers placed right below a heading so the AI can grab them effortlessly. It's so smart.
So I want to challenge you to do something as soon as this explainer is over. Open up Chatgpt and run this 15-minute experiment. Audit your own brand using these specific prompts. Ask it for a category recommendation, ask for a direct comparison against your competitors, prompt a problem your product solves, ask for pricing, and ask about your reputation. Remember, show, don't tell. Let the AI reveal what it actually thinks of you.
Once you run that experiment, map your mentions to interpret your results. If you appear in 0 to 1 answers, you're invisible. The AI does not recommend you. 2 to 3 mentions, that means partial visibility. If you hit 4 to 5 mentions with accurate information, congratulations, you're visible. But I have to warn you, if you fall into the invisible or partial categories, your competitors are actively stealing your deals as we speak.
Which brings us to section 5, winning back your market. Look, there is hope. You can absolutely fix this invisibility issue through a new discipline called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. Here is the definition you need to memorize, okay? Generative Engine Optimization is the process of building citation density and structured data across trusted third-party sources so AI models recognize, trust, and cite your brand. GEO completely replaces traditional SEO backlinking strategies. Because remember, AI learns which brands matter from repeated authoritative mentions, not just some random links on a page. And to reassure you a bit, the recovery timeline from humanreach.ai proves that the chaos of AI search can absolutely be controlled. It's methodical. Week 1 is all about audit and gap analysis. Weeks 2 through 4 focus on entity optimization, fixing your structured schema. Weeks 2 through 8 are entirely dedicated to citation building in trusted publications. And running continuously alongside all of that is building an ongoing, authentic Reddit presence. And unlike traditional SEO, which can honestly take a year to show any real movement, GEO drives measurable improvements so much faster. You can expect your first AI citations in just 6 to 12 weeks. Your share of voice hits 15 to 30% by months 3 to 4. AI-referred conversions become actually measurable, and most importantly, you are ROI positive by month 4. So the crucial point to take away today is captured perfectly in this quote from our source material. Traffic does not equal AI visibility. Relying on those old Google playbooks and optimizing meta descriptions, it's a guaranteed path to failure in the AI era. You have to optimize for the AI engine, not the traditional search engine.
Which leads us to our final, provocative question to wrap things up. Are you ready to stop losing leads to Chatgpt? If this explainer has been a wake-up call, and I hope it has, I highly encourage you to claim your free AI visibility roadmap from humanreach.ai and start reclaiming your market share today. The shift is happening right now, folks. Make sure your brand is the one the AI actually recommends. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.